What's up, guys? I just wanted to give a review and my opinion of the Dry-Fire, the Trigger Reset magazine. This is something I've been wanting for a while. I just couldn't justify spending $100 on this, and then I'm at the point now where I wanted something that would enhance my Dry-Fire, make it a little bit more enjoyable. So I went ahead and took the plunge and tried it. And let's go over what it comes with. So this is the box it comes in. You know, it works pretty much for any double stack 9mm, 40, 357, 45 gap double stack magazine. Dry-Fire mag. This is the box. And then here's the contents that all comes in it. So you've got obviously the Dry-Fire mag. You've got the instructions right here. You've got a little Bible that comes with it. A spring, Allen key, some additional springs, and then a legend essentially that tells you the colors of the springs and the pressure that the springs are going to be, so that way you can adjust it to what, or at least to kind of match it to your trigger pull. Then of course the disclaimer, always be safe, make sure your gun is unchambered. So I've been using this now for about 3 weeks, and I've been using it on just little IDPA targets that I've printed out. And I've got some USPSA. I've just been dry firing in the garage essentially. And the reason I wanted this was because I wanted to get the practice in of actually doing like double taps essentially really quickly and have the same exact trigger press every single time. So I went ahead and bought this. Okay, we have to take a second take here. But let me show you how the Dry-Fire mag actually works, right? So when you put it into your gun, there's a little click here, and it pushes down onto that, simulating essentially you breaking the trigger. Okay, so directions are take gun, rack slide, insert mag in, right? First, I want to show you what my trigger looks like normally. So this is a 10mm trigger. This is a P80 lower Glock 34 slide. You might be kind of hard to see, but trigger is very easy to break. It's probably about 2.5 pounds or 2 pounds or less, and it doesn't always reset because it's a 10mm. Doesn't reset, not during dry fire, but let me show you what it looks like with the Dry-Fire mag. It's definitely heavier, and that's with the lightest spring that I have. So the value in it essentially is, I've got my targets over here, USPSA, steel, a couple surprise targets over there in the corner, right? So now I'm pushing out the trigger is resetting for me automatically. And I'm able to just dry fire a little bit more efficiently, I guess you could say. So it's $100 for the Dry-Fire mag, right? And then my friend was like, why are you going to spend $100 when you can just do this? Dead trigger, right? But still dry fire. So then I'm like, he's got a point. Let me try it out. Push out. Yeah, it's the same thing, if not better. I know it's a dead trigger, so you're not getting the click and the actual reset and everything, but this isn't actually the same thing as the trigger of the gun. It doesn't feel exactly the same, so I think this doesn't really have that much value if you're not getting the same exact trigger press and break that you would get from your gun that you're going to be using. I did try this in a Glock 19 Gen 3. It worked perfectly fine, but then I tried it in a Glock 19 Gen 4. It wouldn't work. Like, it just wouldn't push the spring back for whatever reason. I don't know what was up with that. So yeah, and it was completely stock, nothing done to it at all. So yeah, in my opinion, for this mag, I don't recommend it. It's $100. If it was like 50 or less, yeah, I could kind of see getting it. But for $100, I would rather just dry fire with a dead trigger and do it that way. So one more time, if you guys want to see it, slide back, rack it, enter Dry-Fire mag in. Come over here to your targets. Cool. Does the same thing. Okay, now, so without the dry fire mag, I don't know. To me, in my opinion, like I said, the dead trigger is more realistic to what my trigger actually feels like than the dry fire mag. I've got the lightest spring possible in here, and I still can't get it to simulate that. Even with the 5.5 pound spring, which is supposed to be the stock for a Glock, this did not feel exactly like a Glock break. So yeah, for $100, I'm gonna have to pass on it. It's a cool idea. I think if you could make it to like reset the actual trigger of the gun somehow, and have the capability of using a laser, then yeah, this could be justified for $100. But the way the way it's designed right now, I wouldn't. I wouldn't pay $100 for this. Save you guys money and buy something else that would be more useful, some training or some ammo or something like that. So thanks for tuning in. I hope it's been helpful. Check out some of my other videos if you guys have time. I've got a lot of shooting videos on there. And I will see you in the next one. Later.